G'day everyone, my name's Andrew Mackey and I am a dairy farmer down here in New Zealand, hence the accent and the cows behind me. So I milk 300 jerseys once a day, a little bit unusual for the rest of the world, but it works for me. So that's also why I sort of go by the name of the Once a Day Farmer over on Instagram, and I also make YouTube videos as well. So a little bit about the farm and myself. So my family has been farming here for about 150 years in the district, not specifically on at this farm. We've been here about 112 or 113 years. We were originally immigrated from Ireland up dairy ways. This farm's actually called Coshquin, and it's after where we farmed over there, and there's still a Coshquin road now. So my parents own the farm. Effectively it's about 85 to 88 hectares roughly, and all up it's about 100 minus some areas and some wetlands, etc. I manage the farm, and the only staff we have are myself and Dad. He works alongside me. He leaves all the sort of running of it to me, and he milks one herd in the morning, and then I milk another one, this one which is in the paddock here. So we do run two herds. The other herd is over there, that is the young one. Those are all the 2 and 3 year olds. There's about 120 of them, and then all the rest of the cows come into this older group here, and there's 180 of them. We are predominantly in a dairy area here in the Waikato. We're about half an hour south of Hamilton, which is that way. It's a big city in the North Island. We run a very traditional New Zealand system, whereas we block calve in the spring, and then now it's October, we get these cows in calf again. So this is our main objective at the moment, or one of the main jobs on farm. We mate for about 9 weeks. So we AI for about 3 to 4, and then the bulls do the rest. There's one that's on, there's number 300, so she'll get put up, and the one behind her too. It's such a crucial time of the year because it sets us up for the following season. That is one of the benefits of once a day. We generally do have pretty good reproduction results. Come on, away you go. Get up. Here's Dad here, so he does all our AI, which is pretty handy. We actually hit peak this month, and that means these cows are giving the most milk they will this season. And once they start getting in calf, they'll drop off. It's a nice time of the year, cows coming in with nice full udders. I had 18 on today, which is pretty good. So I want to be hitting about 15 a day. That's roughly 5%. And then after 3 weeks, I would have hit my target of 90% submitted. And that's the industry target here. Now October for us is the beginning of spring, and this is when we generally have a bit of a surplus in grass. The growth rates are really picking up, and we can make some silage. So I've just made silage in this paddock here. It wasn't annual, but you can see how brown it is now, or behind me, and that's because I've sprayed this out. It's actually one of my maize paddock, and it looks a little bit funny or unusual because it's got these strips in it. And 6 weeks ago my contractor came in and we strip sprayed these because that is where the maize is going to be planted. As of recently, minimum tillage is taking off in New Zealand. We either direct drill like we're doing here, or we can strip till, which I did a couple of years ago. So you work that line up and then you directly drill straight into it. This should be drilled within the next couple of days. It's just been so wet as of recently, everything's sort of been pushed back a little bit. But I'm going to plant 10 hectares of maize this year. Hopefully it'll average somewhere between about 20 tonne to about 25. It really depends on the weather and how it goes over summer, but somewhere around there. From the cow shed up here you can see them. There's 3 paddocks over there, 2 over there, and then 1 down there. It's quite a commonly grown crop here because we have the ideal conditions. Just we have a bit of rain and we get high humidity and high temperature, and it thrives in it. However, that's pretty much what's been happening here this month. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
G'day, I'm Max Bond, a 23-year-old dairy farmer from Australia, located in Kirrimungal in southwest Victoria. I farm alongside my parents Adrian and Vicky Bond, and another 3 full-time staff members and a part-time milker. We milk 450 Holstein Friesian cows on 461 hectares. That's including young stock land, all the farms all together. The country is very undulating. There's not a spot a tractor can't go. It's workable hills. Annual rainfall's 800 mils a year. At the moment, we're just finishing off a 12-week joining period and just starting to focus on making high quality silage. I've already started silage, probably got a quarter way through. First year doing a pit for us, as we've just increased numbers and still increasing. Looking to hit the 600 mark in the next 2 years. Very exciting times. Looking forward to share our farm with the grass tech community. Cheers.
Hi, I'm George. I'm 28 years old and I've been back home now a little under 6 years and I manage the herd.
I'm Will, I'm 25. I do all the land management and the digester. I've been back for about 4.5 years now.
Together we are Rossett Park Farming and it's safe to say we have the dodgiest trims in the industry.
So a bit of history about us and the farm is that we're 5th generation organic dairy farmers based in Wrexham, North Wales. Both my mum's side and my dad's side of the family are dairy farmers, so it's fair to say it's been in our blood. Our dad converted the farm to organic back in the early 2000s, where he was milking around 300 cows, farming 450 acres. He then continued to expand the business until me and George came back, where he was milking around 650 and farming 1,250 acres.
The main focus of the business now is not to expand, it's to fine-tune the performance, and we're aiming to become 100% self-sufficient within the next 5 years. We're currently milking just under 600 cows, evenly split into the spring and autumn. The spring block starts calving on the 15th of Feb and the autumn's on the 1st of September. As you can see from behind me, they're a pretty diverse group of girls, but now we're mainly focusing on genetics being from British and Irish Friesians, aiming for a cow roughly 550 to 600 kg. A heavy focus of why we did split block was calving facilities. We only have straw yard bedding for around 110 cows, and it gives us a more even milk profile. We're currently just at the end of the autumn block with just 26 of the girls left to calve. Pre-mating season is just around the corner, beginning on the 8th of November. So we're currently just met checking cows at 42 days post-calving to check for whites and ensure we're able to meet the industry target of a 90% submission. The grazing platform spans just over 500 acres, 80 being arable that we use to bring down the soil indices. We're heavily stocked for an organic farm, being at 3.5 cows to the hectare, but we do have the option to bring this down in the summer months when we dry the autumns off to 1.75. It's been a very wet spring and autumn here in the UK, and as we're a heavy clayed soil farm, the conditions have been particularly challenging. The grazing season this year has been shortened by just over a month, and we brought the springers in on the 15th of October.
So we farm just over 1,400 acres, 90% of this land being rented. So it's really important that we maximise the production of the land in order to remain profitable. One way we do this is by growing our own combi crop, which is just behind me. This consists of oats, peas and barley. We started doing this back in 2020 with the main reason of increasing prices of bought-in organic feed and also shifting the focus of the farm to be more self-sufficient. So we aim to do about 4 cuts of silage each year, and we got our 4th cut off around mid-September. And then it was a big rush trying to get the autumn reseeds in. We did unfortunately have a really heavy thunderstorm towards like the 21st of September, which stopped the drilling with about 30 acres. But overall, the rest of the autumn reseeds are coming through pretty well. We've got all the lagoons out in time of the 15th of October, which is the new MVZ regulations. And we're just doing the standard winter jobs now, which is just scraping, bedding, mucking out and feeding. So the farm first diversified back in 2016. This was with the anaerobic digester. So this supplies 250 houses all year round with electricity, with the main feedstock being cow slurry. One of the other benefits of the digester is the liquid output having a higher fertiliser value than the feedstock going in. So it's really beneficial in terms of growing crops and forage on an organic system. We also put in 275 kilowatts of solar panels back in 2023 on the main cowshed roof. And so the farm is completely self-sufficient on electricity.
Hello, so you join me on my dairy farm in Trim, County Meath. I'm a 3rd generation dairy farmer, and we breed Pedigree Holsteins, and I do a little bit of showing on the Hillfield prefix. I'm only started showing it this year. We've gone on really well at nationals, and I went to Belgium there with the YMA. I have to say, if anyone's going to think of doing it, do it. Great opportunity. So, what are we doing? So, we've 150 Pedigree milking cows, all Holstein. We are doing 9,000 litres and 650 kilo milk solids in a 3 or 5 day lactation. Right, at the minute we're 238 days in milk, and we are doing 28.5 litres. There's not too many herds in Ireland doing that in that late stage of lactation. We have a funny calving pattern, so we'll start calving now and we'll calve to May, June, July time, right through. We used to have a lot more autumn calvers. They've just dwindled down, and that's the reason why we've built this shed, and we thought this shed would be ready. We're looking to buy more autumn calvers in, that we'd have a very steady flow of milk. And especially the way that milk markets have went at the minute, you're guaranteed a high autumn price, so you might as well make use of that. So clearly we just don't have more autumn calvers in the place. So what cows are eating at the minute, they're eating a 3rd cut brewer's grains and maize meal. And yes, they are doing 28.5 litres off 3rd cut silage. So we used to be 1st and 2nd. I went to college, persuaded my father to do a 3rd. Got the 3rd, persuaded him we'll go for a 4th. We're winning now, so this is the 1st year we done 4 cuts of silage, and next year he's on about taking a 5th cut of silage off the ground. It just makes so much sense, and you have so much more forage there. Like, we're definitely not short of forage this year, and it's really, really good. I know a lot of farmers are struggling for the amount of forage. We've done our calculations, we'll be alright. We've enough of feeding for 9 months. Even that maize pit alone, there's 200 days feeding in that, 20 kilos of maize. That is our maize pits. So we have our maize 4 cut, 1st cut behind the 4 cut, and our 2nd 4 cut will be fed to dry cows, and that's our dry cow feeding. We're about halfway through our 3rd cut silage. I'd say it'll see us out till mid-December. I'd like to see the end of December, but I don't think it's just in it. We're going to start introducing maize in a few weeks time as well. So that's it. I might give you a tour around the shed. Just a quick one on grass growth at the minute. We do measure grass here, we outsource it. Grass growths are good at the minute. They're definitely slowing down, but look, the weather we're having is unreal. So this is our shed. I have to say it's turned out lovely. We'll eventually get there, like everything, slowly but surely. So our cubicle beds are in, and we have 1.5 passageways done. So the thing about this shed, it's a bit unusual, is that the recess, well, 2 things. The roof, first of all, we have our heat guard roof. Very, very different. The idea of the heat guard is to let the light in, but the heat out. And we got this off Brett and Martin in Belfast. we have this channel. So this is for a recessed scraper, so our scraper is going to be recessed into the ground. Saves the cows tripping on it. And then these are cubicles here. So it's a 115 cow cubicle shed. Grass Tech did all the design work for it. I have to say, highly recommend them, and they're always at the other end of the phone if you do query. So that's our shed. So another few things that I've going on, so I'm a content creator for Grassman as well, and I do my own content creation on TikTok and Instagram, so you can catch me there. I like to go and milk the cows. Sadly, we don't have robots, but that's a discussion for another day. We might invite Grass Tech up for a wee video, see what they recommend us to do. So that's really it.